What up? What up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Jumped on a little bit late, but the market is open. The market is open, y'all. Let's see what we can get today. Probably play some music here shortly. Vibes. My Duncan's gone. Now we're just chilling. You just want to let the market play out a bit more. But take a look. So I got this 1 hour supply. Might be good to go short. Break further down. I need to sign to my account. All right, we in, y'all. I'm liking shorts here with this 1 minute rejection. So, something along the lines like this. Market's just opening. Just got to keep that in mind. So, 5 minute closes down. Might not be good. So, we shall see. Might take a stab, risk small amount. Risking 243 bucks. I don't think is a bad trade-off. But we're 4 minutes in. Let's keep it tight. Let's keep it tight today. Check out what gold is doing. It's definitely running up. There's 1 hour supply coming here. So definitely just gonna watch what happens there. Set my alert. And NQ, 5 minutes looking good. I might take it long on, or short on this next candle. So let's see if we get it. See if it comes back up. Jeez. That would have been the play this morning. Yeah, I like that 5 minute close. I'm going to take this short. Risking only 243 bucks. Which I'm fine with. All right. $243 risk on a 50K TPT account. And totally fine hitting the stop loss on this. Take profit on this would be on these lows, so it's actually in a good spot already. If we hit this wick at the bottom, that would be extra great. But I'm going to outline this 5 minute demand right here, which would be a take profit area for me. That was a nice one candle rejection. 1 minute candle rejection. Would like to see this drop even more. All right, it's starting to flip on us. Buyers are definitely stepping in. See if it holds. All right. I think we're going to get stopped out on this trade. All right, fully stopped out. All good. 246 with commissions. Worth the shot, in my opinion. Large 1 minute sell off at the open. Sometimes it's a continuation. You know, was looking for the break here. We didn't get it. Price is rejecting. So just going to sit tight and see what happens next. Let's take a look at NQ on the larger time frame. I usually hang out just at the 1 hour time frame. Here is, excuse me, here's the 1 hour demand. And then there is the 1 hour demand that we drew up earlier. And now price is rejecting, probably stop some people out here on the lows and closing. We got 20 minutes till this candle closes. So if it closes bullish, we could be looking at 484.50, 23.484.50 area would be my guess. But that might not happen. We're just hanging tight. I liked, sometimes I do like those kind of few minute opening market open trades because they do run, but you just have to manage your risk when you do that. But good morning if you're watching. Leave a comment here. Say what's up. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see. Gold is definitely on a run. Strong 5 minute candle here. We're in a 1 hour supply on gold, which actually I just got an alert. So it's a nice area to possibly look for shorts. Look at this run up, or maybe a long position down here. Something like this to go long right here. Boom. So maybe we do that. Maybe we don't. Who knows? Nobody knows, to be honest. Nobody knows. Nobody knows where anything's going to go. Just got to take your best shot. All right, so we have a 5 minute engulfing candle close, which is pretty sweet for some long action. And, you know, some sort of trend line here broke. So think there are some longs, bulls trying to get in the market. So something like this, if I were to take it. $220 to potentially make 661. But I'm not going to take that just yet. There's a few confirmations already. So if we were to build a thesis to go long, we got a 5-minute engulfing candle, right? That's one. Second confluence or reason would be a trend line break. It's 2, right? And then 3 is we're in a 1-hour demand. So this area buyers, right? Which would get me interested to go long. So those are 3 confluences to, in my head, that kind of say, hey, Shaq, maybe you want to go long here. But just being patient, these 2 EMAs, the 50 and the 13, whenever they test, it gets a little hairy. But you know what? I'm kind of liking it going long, so I'm going to take the stab. Risking $222. This would be 2 and done for the day. It's on the 5-minute candle. And let's hit buy. See if we get filled. All right, we're filled long. This I would probably be done because I have 2 trades already in. And just chill after this, but I like the momentum. Here's the shorts coming in on gold, which potential longs would happen here. But let's see what happens on this trade. So again, just to recap why I got in, my stops might be a little too tight, to be honest. But we had a break of the trend line. 1, 2, we are in 1-hour demand. Okay. And 3, we had this 5-minute engulfing candle. So it completely engulfed 1, 2 candles there. So which gives me some indication that buyers are stepping into the market. Now it's a little early. The 15-minute candle, first 15-minute candle is about to close. So you might witness 2 losses in a row for me, which I'm fine with. This is just a challenge account with Take Profit Trader. The 50 and the 13 EMA are 2 EMAs I use. And if they decide to cross, which looks like they're about to, that's very bullish signal. But sometimes it's like a strong rejection too. So I'm not counting it like we're out of the clear, but I do like this crossover at the moment. Now the real challenge begins, which is to manage a trade. It's actually really hard to be okay being in a trade for me. You know, right now we're up 78, 82 ticks, which is great. But the same hand, I want to take profit right now and get out. I'm afraid for it to reverse. So, okay, I feel like based on this large candle, if we reject this 1 minute completely, I don't want to be inside of this. Like, I don't want to be involved. So I would like to be at break even on this trade. We're already up quite a bit. I'm going to move myself to break even. We're up already 76 ticks. And for it to completely reject an 82 tick candle would be pretty scary and don't want to be involved in that. So basically at the bottom of this 5 minute. Sometimes for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, but sometimes price likes to break through an area. So I like to just move my take profit to a higher area just in case for whatever reason this thing decides to, I don't know, news drops, rates are about to drop, and something crazy happens and it just sends this bullish signal. I'd rather catch more of a move, but I am considering taking profits at these highs. We're up 123 ticks, which is nice. Let's take a look at what gold's doing. All right, nice rejection on gold. Not enough confluences to go short, in my opinion. So this was most likely, in my opinion, going to be a long here. If you guys are looking at taking a trade or interested in looking at trades, if I wasn't in NQ right now, I'd be looking at longs on gold. But this is all educational. All right. Not financial advice. Nice. This is a great move. Considering my stops up underneath this 1 minute candle. And this 5 minute candle has 1 minute left in it. So let's see what happens. We're almost at take profit. This is where it gets hard for me. Like, psychology wise, we get close to take profit. I'm afraid that it's going to not get there, come and wake me out at break even, right? And then I lose, I make nothing on the trade. Or the other option is I trail my stop, get stopped out for less profit, but then hits my take profit. And then I'm like, why didn't I just leave it at break even? All these different scenarios play in your head and you don't know which one to take, which one is best. And truthfully speaking, no one knows what is best for you except for you, right? And right now I'm considering going to, if this rejects up, going to put my stops under the 1 minute candle that just formed. I'm hoping this rejects, but if it doesn't, it is what it is, y'all. Gotta be okay with going to break even, being down only 200 bucks for the. But then hindsight, I was up. I was up $200 for the day when we were up here. Yeah, this sucks. I hate the feeling of it getting close to my break even, but I'm going to stick to break even. So we ran up 170 ticks and I didn't take profit, hindsight, because I'm looking for it to break the highs, but you never know if it's going to. Never know if it's. I really need this 5 minute candle to start rejecting. It's 2 minutes and 27 seconds left for me to feel confident sticking to longs. All right, there you go. On the 1 minute, we're holding this 13 EMA, which is a good sign. 5 minute, 13, 15 EMA. Sorry, 13 and the 50 EMA are starting to cross over, which is also a bullish signal. So let's see. Let's see if we get there. So let's build a bear case. Let's see. Let's say we want to go short here. What would be our confluences? We're in a 1 hour supply, which if you want to draw this whole wick, that's 1 hour supply, but I'll probably use the body of this 1 hour. So we're in a 1 hour supply. And then two, I would say there's a counter trend trend line. So something like this, like that. And I would look to go short if this trend line breaks. So that being said, I will close the trade manually if we break this trend line to somewhat follow a bear case thesis. All right, let's see what happens here. Close. Check this 5 minute. It's tricky because these EMAs are getting closer. All right, if we hold this candle close on this trend line, I'm going to go ahead and close the trade. Goodness gracious, I didn't do it. I didn't close it, guys. I keep hoping hoping it's going to reject. And there you go. So not a good position I'm in right now. You know, logically speaking, I could have just gotten out. And I guess what I'm frustrated about is I didn't follow through with what I said. So now I'm kind of caught, don't know exactly what to do. I lose no money if I stay in the trade. Essentially, I lost one trade already today, which was $240. Or I get out right now and be down for only $80, literally right now. Decisions, everybody. All right, yeah. So there's this low on this 5-minute candle. Lines are everywhere. And I feel like, you know, price wants to come down, maybe break this and go higher, or break it and not come back. So still in. Still in. If you're watching this and you're still here, appreciate you. All right, not bad. Not bad, guys. We're still in the game. We're still in this fight. Has it been a roller coaster? Yes, it has. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no. Was there news? Yes, there was. I am a bad trader, man. Are you kidding me right now? That's I forgot. I did check earlier, but I forgot. Well, we lost that. Lost that. All right, so without the news, it would have been a nice winner. I'm glad I put myself at break even. But with slippage, still lost a bit on that. So all good. Let's reset the charts and see what's next. All right, currently speaking, if we look at the 1 hour, we close below supply. So the bear case on NQ does look appealing. We look at something like this rejection candle, 1 minute. Buyers definitely have stepped up in the 5 minute candle, and that's good. So let's see. Completely forgot there was PMI at 7 o'clock sharp. All right, yeah. I'm gonna flip my bias here and look at taking this short. So liking I'm liking the rejection. So let's take a look at this is live thoughts as a trader. Yep, missed out on it. Missed out on that. Missed out on the entry. Let's see if it continues. Yeah, definitely feeling a little FOMO. Okay, so we had the loss. Let's talk this through. We went short here, which I totally was fine. $243 loss. We went long here, and we were up $200 on the day. It was a $400 trade. Looking for take profit at the top. News drops. And I get stopped out at break even with slippage for a little bit more of a loss. And now I built a bear case a second ago on why shorts look good as I'm in a long case so I can, understand when to get out. So now I'm caught in a dilemma where I feel like with news momentum, shorts do look appealing. But the move's probably already happening without me. So I just have to talk these things through so I don't get caught being emotional, just jumping in a trade. So how about this? If we come up to this 1 minute candle wick, I will enter to go short. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and enter 6 contracts, $200 risk. So this would be final trade for me today. Could have been at break even or profit just a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. And again, just a challenge account. This ain't anything special, just a challenge account. So I'm okay risking $100 on TPT to potentially just have to reset it. But all right, we're in short. Let's see if it holds. Stop is a little tight, but I'm all good. So my bear case earlier was 1 minute candle break here into supply on the 1 hour, which that happened. And if we look at the 5 minute, 5 minute rejected. But now I'm caught in this place. If I was a little bit more patient, maybe price would come up here to this 5 minute candle and then reject. But with all of price being below all the EMAs, I felt confident taking it short. So that's the bear case. So technically speaking, looking for shorts too. What's up, Eddie? Nice. Yeah. Shorts got interesting to me after PMI dropped, which I completely forgot there was PMI. So that was bad on me. I checked it this morning and I remember that there was news in an hour and 15 minutes. That's what it showed when I looked at it. I didn't look at the time. But we're in short at the moment. We're up 40 ticks, and where can we start talking about if we get to a certain area to take profit? And 1 hour supply and demands are usually good areas to look at for the next 1 hour or next 5 minute supply or demand. So ideally would be nice to see us get to here. 23,284.50. A nice area. Imagine if I were to I like the setup, and I'm kind of interested if it rejects favor to add into the trade. But I don't know if that's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. Getting stuck out. Candle wick. All right, we broke that. Testing the 13 EMA. See if we check there. Nope. Get to my entry. If this candle wick flips, or if the candle breaks this last low, I'm not talking clear. If price breaks this last low, I'm going to add in 2 contracts and lower my stop. So I got sell stop order there. That gets filled. I'll move my 8 contracts lower and lower my risk. But I like it if it continues. All right, so Did reject that candle. I'm going to lower my risk. And let's keep watching this play out. So with 8 contracts, I'm risking $272 at this current position. Very nice. Very nice move. Now, a high probability take profit area would be the lows of this last swing low, which would be a 2-to-1 risk reward for me, and $584 in profit. So let's see if we get a strong push down. I want to see it break the low like quickly. If it starts to reject up with the wick, I'm going to get out. Two minutes left on this 5-minute candle. If you're in shorts, just play it safe. I like this 1 hour demand area for take profit. Question is do I have the mental capacity to stick to it? So if I stick to that 1 hour demand or supply, or 1 hour demand, it's a $860 profit. And to be honest, that's where I'm going wrong. I keep looking at the profit that I can potentially make on the trade, and that will involve my emotions. So that's why I switched this to ticks instead of looking at the dollar amount. But yeah, these are my thoughts while in the trade. So Eddie, if you're in the trade, good luck. If you're going short, good luck. Still in the team. All right, price is getting close to that level, 303.50, starting to reject a bit. If I'm still building a bear case, you know, we rejected this 1 hour supply. News momentum came down short. It's consolidating a bit, so I'd like to see us break through. I'd like to see this 5-minute candle close down here. So there's only 21 seconds left. 13, 13, 12. Come on. It's not a bad looking 5-minute candle, but not giving me the confidence of it going to break right away. So what I see happening is these two EMAs, the 13 and the 200, are looking to cross, and that would be very, very, very bearish. Strong bearish confluence if the 13 and the 200 cross over. If we look backwards, we haven't seen that happen. We haven't seen the 13 cross over the 200 in a while. And the last time that did happen, a strong move short happened. So the likelihood of it happening seems to be low. Like right over here. Tried to, but it didn't. So, you know, we'll see. If it does, then I feel confident that we're going to hit this 1 hour supply area. Sorry, 1 hour demand. But if you're in a trade, let me know what you're in, know what you're doing. If my thoughts are helping you, let me know. Or if they're distracting you, whichever one. All right, so It's looking good. 5 minute is consolidating a bit currently. 3 minutes left. My fear is that as these EMAs get closer, price would like to test that theory of them crossing, and the bulls take over and it just rejects the cross. Like instead of it crossing over, they get really close and then they reject each other. I missed my entry. I would have been out already with a 3R. We'll wait for later. That's smart. Good idea. I used to look at risk to reward a lot more. Now I kind of like play level to level, even if it's like 1.71R. I'm okay with that. I know traders, or I follow traders who play 1-to-1R risk to reward and they're profitable. So my thoughts around RRs are: is it good? Is it bad? I think what matters is if it works for you and you actually make money. That's what matters. So yeah, man, good job being patient. That's what's important. I'm not a patient trader. I'm learning to be. And all right, so we broke this low. Actually, let me just jump into this. We broke the low. We're pushing for take profit. If we get to this area, I definitely will get out. That's my commitment to this trade. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and up out of the trade. I'm out. That was a $561 trade, but with the slippage and the first loss, I am only up $159 for the day. This is a brand new, fresh TPT account. So I'm going to sit tight and see these two cross and see if there's some sort of retracement and then look to go short. But that was not a bad trade. That was really good entry. It was good talking through it. Had enough confluences for me to get in. Built a good bear case. So now it's just to sit back. I want to have these streams go from 6:30 to 8 o'clock my time. That's my goal every single day. And if there isn't any extra trades, once I build a good following, we can hang out. So if you're in here, talk and chat it up about whatever. Maybe I got one more trade in me, but I don't want to push it. That's 3 trades already. I think as I talk it through, I'm just afraid to lose money. So we'll see. Let's see. Let's let the markets play out. I'm going to go ahead and delete everything. Try to look at the charts as a brand new. Like, I want to look at the charts as if it's brand new to me and allow current price action to tell me a story. Eddie, yes. Thanks, man. And I was not trading before 6:30 today. I used to take setups with the, I think it's the Tokyo session or London session overlapping New York session, but I no longer do that. I want to, take trades live with everyone here. So I took a trade at like 6:35 short, which my thesis going short was fine. I liked the idea of going short, which was boom here. And then we go down to the 1 minute. And my short thesis was right here, I think it was. Stops above here. So it was like this, I think. So price came down, broke this 1 hour supply. So I'm looking for the retest to go short. We got in the money for a little bit and then it stopped me out. Totally fine. Then the second trade came up. I was just letting price, play out. This was before 7 o'clock PMI and drew this trend line. And, I was like, okay, let's build a bull case. So I saw this 5 minute engulfing candle, which made me feel confident that buyers are stepping in. That's one confluence. Two, we broke this trend line. So we had one, trend line was confident to me because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 touch points on this trend line. The more touch points on a trend line, the stronger it is. So we broke that trend line, right? So I felt confident to go long. And then I saw it bouncing around here. And I decided, longs do sound interesting to me to go long. So I took it here, something like this, looking for the highs. So that was the last trade I was in before the shorts. Didn't know there was PMI. I was at break even already, and then it stopped me out. So we almost got to take profit. I could have been more conservative with my stop loss and raised it up in profit, but that didn't happen. So it's all good. Now we're just chilling. Looks like our last short would have hit original TP, but I'm pretty content with how that played out. So not going to be mad at that. All right, so it looks like on the 5-minute, they may want to reject. That would be pretty big. Shorts would be a good place to be at. All right, so we tapped our 1-hour demand already. So let's see what happens here. My next thoughts would be potentially taking that pick into consideration would be another short entry somewhere around here. Something like that. Skiing 250 bucks would risk on this. It's just tricky because let's play bull case scenario. Bull case would be we're in a 1-hour demand, right? We also, for all day yesterday, grinded up higher. So short term time, 1-hour time frame, we're long or we're kind of bullish. And that's kind of really it. If I'm looking at this as a bear, I like it. I think I'm going to be patient. Let's play the bear case. Bear case is on the 1-hour, on the 4-hour. We sold off pretty strong, right? I don't think we're going to go to all-time highs anytime soon, meaning like this week would be a stretch. And price likes to retest itself before making any move higher. So if I'm at the 4-hour and I want to go long to make new highs, I'd like to see price come back down here and then come higher, make some sort of double bottom. So my short thesis sounds good. It looks like it's rejecting this 1-hour. It's fine with me. And I may take this short. Let's see what happens. So this would be the first play if and when we get there. We're already at 7:30, so volume isn't all there. And the second play would be something down here. Where, price actually just breaks down. I would look forward to retest short. I'm looking for that here right now, but if we don't get that opportunity, then I'd look for it to go No one knows what's going to happen. No one has the answers. The key. Only thing we can do is be patient and let price do its thing. All right, so we do have a nice, strong EMA crossover. Last time this happened, was up here. This also is a fear. Like they do cross, and then all of a sudden it's like just a rejection, right? But that's a good move. Like you should be able to make that move. This would be sweet. Something like this today. Just continues grinding lower. They do it. EMAs do cross, and there's multiple short opportunities. So, but the key is to be patient, like Eddie. Patient Eddie. Check out what gold's doing. Nice. Gold is pushing to break these highs. I like longs. If I were to build a long bull case on gold, I'd look to take longs here. Actually, I don't know if anyone was here when I was talking about this trade earlier, but 5-minute demand, boom. I was talking about this trade earlier, and it played out. So what's up, Isaac? Yeah, I do trade gold. I trade NQ and gold. Those are the only two things I look at. I used to trade stocks back in 2020, and I would trade anything and everything that looked decent. And there are people that do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I found it simpler for me to trade gold. And both trade, both of them give opportunities, right? And my time frame is 1 hour for the larger time frame. That's what I stick to. 5 minute for entries and exits, and then 1 minute for managing the trade, like being in the trade. All right, so we are rejecting in this 1 hour. I'm still in the bear case in this scenario. There is a market structure shift on the 5-minute. Higher highs, lower high, higher high. So if we go to the 15, again, I do this not all the time, but I look at the 15 just for extra understanding of things. So higher high, higher high, lower low. So we broke these lower highs. So that's a break of structure or a change of structure or whatever you want to call it. All this tells me is that sellers took in, and now on the 15 we rejected even lower, so we broke this low. So I'm looking for an entry somewhere in here to make the next, like this would be the next lower high, right? We went low. Now I want to look for the lower high somewhere here to go make the next lower low. Hopefully that makes sense. Isaac, I used to trade everything too. Now I'm on futures, ES. Yeah, dude. Futures is great. It's volatile, but it's clean. It's not choppy. And the CEO of Apple doesn't change a stock dramatically. Like I used to trade stocks, and whatever CEO or something could tweet or say something, and it would just completely change the outcome of a trade. Granted, With futures, there is that element of news taking effect, but there's less of it. And these are like the largest instruments to be traded. Futures, the NASDAQ, yes, gold, world-renowned instruments to trade. So volume isn't always an issue. Now it's 7:30 my time, so East Coast, it's already coming to lunchtime for some of these guys. So I I'm forecasting lower volume here in a bit for it to slow down. So I'm waiting for one more shot, one more opportunity to go short. You're in the West Coast, Isaac? Yeah, I moved here from Florida. One of the reasons were to specifically trade early in the morning because I was managing a sales team in Florida and the markets would open at 9:30 and I mean everything else happens at 9:30. So now I wake up at 4:30 to get here around 5:30 and I do a little bit of work and then now I can trade from 6 to 8, take a setup or two, win or lose, hopefully win more and then get on with the rest of my day. California, nice, man. I was born in San Francisco and then my family moved to, so that's where I've been the majority. But I love West Coast time. It just feels like it's a hack. Like I'm over here 7:30 and a lot of what I do, I work with international clients or international reps and then I work with clients on the East Coast. So it's like I added more time to my schedule somehow. So all right, this trade is becoming more apparent. So this I'm more than likely to take this trade here. My fear is this is going to push, break, and then go higher, but I'm willing to take the risk. So this is a 1 hour demand, everybody, right here. 1 hour demand. And I'm looking to wait for this to break higher. It's a large stop. LA, let's go. My wife and I love LA. Haven't been in a while, but we used to go there quite a bit. All right, so I'm looking to go short here. I just want to see this break strong. And then I want to have it come back up and retest. Take this short. It feels like it's an extended move, which if that's in your head right now, that's very valid that this is an extended move. But we're just trading with momentum. Okay, so try not to overthink it and just take the setup. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to put my entry, my limit sell. And if we get filled, I'm risking 248 bucks. So I'd be down 500 bucks, or not 500, 300 bucks for the day. Sorry, I'd be down 100 bucks for the day. All right, I'm in short, everybody. If you're, again, this is not financial advice, all for entertainment purposes. I like the early trades to my other job. I'm up 450 on that drop. I'm gonna call it a day. Nice trying to give it back. Oh, bro, yeah, you're so right. Don't give it back. Been there, done that, man. Been there, done that. For sure. All right, so let's understand where we may want to take profit. This is the bottom wick of a 1 hour, but if we look at this 5-minute demand area, that's a high likelihood that price gets there. Like a high probability for it to get to where it's at now. So, this would be a 1.76 R trade. 437 bucks. So, yeah, I'm going to consider taking profit at this area. because it's a high probability area where price can likely land, right? That's one. And two, another high probability area where buyers may step in. And if that happens, I don't want to be a part of it. And the last thesis is that it just breaks and just keeps going lower. Oh shoot, forgot how to do. Oh, copy that. Seven, five. Okay, guys, I forgot that I have to do a meeting. I'm still transitioning from like I used to have a team that I managed at this current time, 7 o'clock, and I'm transitioning out of it. So right now, forgot I have a meeting with them. But I let go of that team and that 7 o'clock management thing that I do to specifically go live every day and trade. And I appreciate you guys being on here. I'm gonna move this to break even because I'm gonna be not coherent. Where? All right, now we're in profit. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. If you like it, share it, let your friends know. And I'm gonna put my take profit here. Check this out. Let's see if we get there. So it's either I'm up 110 bucks for the day, or we win this trade and I would be 441. So 150 bucks up for the day. And see you in the next one. All right, guys. See ya. It looks like we're gonna hit it. Peace.